it feels like there was a lot of pressure, and Aston Villa have caused them problems in previous seasons, but for them to get over the line in that way, it give the club a big boost.
How do you see it?
Yeah, I think Manchester City probably surprised, a lot of people in terms of how well they've played so far, considering where they were last year. You look at them this year, they're going in the right direction, and I think they're building that confidence and that belief that, OK, we're getting back to our best now. Just like Meek said there with the Rodri, he's come back to fitness now, and potential new players joining the club as well. They've got that optimism. You can see that Pep, he looks like he's got that, that feeling that they can actually challenge and win it as well. And for Arsenal, that this is, we talk about Arsenal and we say, when are they going to take the next step? Could this be the year? The players they have, they've got goals in the wide areas. They've signed a striker who should be able to help them score goals. They've got Gabriel Jesus coming back, who's been brilliant for the club through the course of his career, and Havertz. And then defensively, like Meek said, with Gabriel coming back, Nkapie's been brilliant, Mascara's been brilliant. That was the question mark before. OK, the defenders, if they lose Saliba, they lose Gabriel, maybe they can't compete. Maybe those injuries. They've signed two quality centre-backs who help them. So all around the pitch now, there's really no excuses just for Arsenal outside of injury. No,
I was just saying, obviously you've won the Premier League, and it's just, everyone sort of talks about Arsenal and the pressure and the nervousness. But when I won the league at Man City, it was always like that. It was up and down and up and down. And it comes from, the fans are going to be nervous. That's a normal thing. In the camp, you're looking at every single fixture. You're looking at, well, maybe we can get a point there. Can we get a draw as long as we don't lose there? I remember going back to the year we won it, and Man United dropped points to Everton, late doors. I think it was 4-4 in that game. And there's going to be moments within the season which is going to be the turning point for both. Obviously, they play each other, I think it's in April. That's going to be a massive game. But I think it's going to go all the way to the end, because the know-how of Man City, but the willingness of Arsenal as well, wanting it so much.
4 points at the halfway stage, and we can't really ask for too much more than that, can we, between the top two teams right now?
What about points still to play for the difference? Obviously, you'd rather be where Arsenal are at the moment, but that's not a hugely significant gap at the halfway stage, is it?
No, it's not. It's not. They're poised, ready to pounce. I think Arsenal will be delighted that they can have one big slip-up and still be top of the league. If they can keep that sort of 4 points or more, then that takes the pressure off. While it's only 2 points, let's say, you're always a little bit nervous looking over your shoulder. But first half of the season done for Arsenal, full marks. They've not been flawless, but they've done what they expected. And actually, they've got, players coming back now as well. I'm actually really impressed with Manchester City, though, because I didn't think they'd be this good this soon, this season. I thought just with so many changes, almost a rebuild, so many new players coming in, I thought it might be a little bit of an inconsistent struggle. Yeah, top four, of course, for Manchester City, but I didn't think that they would be pushing Arsenal as they are. I thought certainly Liverpool would be reigning champions, and I thought it'd be sort of Arsenal and Liverpool as opposed to Arsenal and Manchester City. So they're only going to get better, Manchester City. That team are gelling nicely. You've got some big players coming back into the team. Obviously, all of Pep Guardiola's experience as well. They could be the team to have a real strong finish. But Arsenal, to me, just look like the real deal this season.
And it'll be interesting to see if Manchester City invest in January. We don't think Arsenal will, because they probably don't need to. But there's rumours, of course, that Manchester City will go into the market and give them another little push and give them a little bit more quality. And that will be very interesting, won't it, to see who they bring in, if they do bring anybody in, and whether that will help them moving forward. But I was with Michael. I expected them to do well, but not as well as they have done, because they did bring in a few last year in January, didn't they? That really didn't fire. And then, of course, they had a busy summer, and, they are clicking into gear, and the likes of Cherky, and he's starting to play well the more he plays in the team. Erling still scoring goals. They need to keep him fit. So it'll be interesting to see if they do any business, and that might just give them a little bit more impetus going forward.
And the window, of course. Lost in one show. Right, let's get serious again. Here is the reaction of the Manchester City manager, Pep Guardiola.
Pep, that was quite the game. What did you make of it?
Good. We take the point. So second half was excellent. Yeah, we missed. We cannot score in 6-yard box. How many times we were in the 6-yard box, you know, against the keeper or the other one, and could not convert. And of course the threat that they have, they are really good. But yeah, really pleased with the performance, especially in the second half.
Were there times when you're watching it, as you say, some of the opportunities that you had, you're thinking, surely it's got to go in, or is it just one of those nights?
There's a mystery. I don't have answer to your question. So sometimes, you know, I don't know, we create a lot against that team in this stadium, especially in the second half. In the first half, we struggled simply because we struggled against the pressing, but Rodri gave us the extra pass, the composer, you know, to break the lines, and after we could run, and second half was much, much better.
How difficult was it to break Sunderland down defensively? How good were they today?
First half a little bit. They made man marking so aggressive, we could not keep the ball, the people up front. But in the second half, we break better. And of course, the threat, they are so physical, they are so strong. So it's not surprise on that, but yeah, we take the point. It's a long way.
What did you make of the battle as well between Mukiele and Haaland, especially in that first half? It seemed like both of them were giving as good as they got.
Yeah, it was a good battle.
Is that one of the things that you had to try and work on in terms of trying to get Haaland in those spaces, because Mukiele wasn't really giving him anything at all?
No, but to that we have to make before 3 or 4 passes. Otherwise, it's difficult.
When you come away from a game like this, goalless draw, do you accept the point or do you feel like you deserve more?
It's what it is. We cannot change the result. So we can analyze always, they can say, oh, you had to score this action or the other action, so you never know. So, but it's what it is. The results always is what it is.
We saw you speaking to Luke O'Nien at the end as well. What were you saying to him?
Who?
Luke O'Nien at the end, one of the Sunderland players.
No, it's fine, congratulate them.
And then just before looking ahead as well, Chelsea up next, Enzo Maresca leaving the club. What's your reaction to that?
Sorry for Enzo, he's a close friend. We spent 1 or 2 years incredible together. So it's a question for Chelsea.
Pep, thank you very much for your time.
It certainly is. That's his former assistant, Enzo Maresca, in case you weren't with us at the start of the show or the start of the day, has parted company with Chelsea on the first day of this new year. Now, he's talking about the chances and how they didn't find their way through in the 6-yard box. City's best 2 actually came to their substitute left-back, Vardio. We know what a goal threat he was.
The front, including, Robin and that, so I thought we were all outstanding.
Give us an idea, let us into the sort of team room, if you like, Trey, and give us an idea of what the game plan was ahead of that match tonight.
Yeah, we wanted to be, bold. I think whenever we played them at their place, we went there with a bit, of naivety and a bit of respect, which they fully deserve. But I think coming here, it was a different game plan. We wanted to get after them and press them, and I thought we'd done that. And, at times we did win the ball back, we created chances ourselves, and, I thought it was a good game overall.
Trey, Daniel Sturridge, mate. Talk to me about the atmosphere tonight and the life that the fans gave you on the pitch.
No, I think every time, we play at home, the fans are incredible. They're our 12th man, and, I think you can see that from the performances and, how our home record is this season. They always push us and, we make it tough for opposition teams coming here, so we need to keep it that way.
Can I ask you about your position today? At times it looked like you was playing at the back and then you was in midfield. The timing, I thought, when you jumped was perfect. Was that something you worked a lot in training specifically for this game?
Yeah, I think, we started as a 4-4-2, I was the right-hand side of midfield, but, whenever we were under pressure and, they had a lot of possession, I would drop in and play in the back 5 as a wing-back. So I think, that's the, versatility that I have. I can do both jobs, and, I did want to, press from the front, but sometimes you have to be safe and defend. So, that was both jobs I had to do.
Trey.
Arsenal lead Man City by 4 points in the title race. Pep Guardiola reacts to the title race. Arsenal lead Man City by 4 points in the title race. Doesn't look good, Pep Guardiola reveals injury blow as Man City lose ground on Arsenal in their Premier League title race with Sunderland. City were held to a goalless draw with the Black Cats on New Year's Day, leaving them 4 points behind the Gunners at the top of the league after their win over Aston Villa this week. Sunderland turned in an excellent rearguard display to claim a thoroughly deserved point on Thursday night, with City failing to take their chances. The amount of chances we missed in the 6-yard box, not difficult ones, we could not convert, Pep Guardiola said post-match. We created enough chances. We didn't do what we talked about in the first half, but we played good in the second half. The commitment, the desire, the first half was different. The 2 chances from Savinho in the second half, Jeremy Doku, Josko Gvardiol, Phil Foden, and Erling Haaland. We had a lot, but unfortunately we could not do it. Savinho was forced off early in the second half at the Stadium of Light, with Guardiola admitting it doesn't look good. Nico Gonzalez was also forced off after the break, paving the way for Rodri to return to action after his most recent layoff. Guardiola lavished praise on the midfielder and his performance, insisting it proved exactly why he is the best in the world in his position. He changed the game, Guardiola said of Rodri. He proved in 45 minutes that in that position, he's the best. We struggled in the first half, but with Rodri, we struggle less. We broke the lines and were more fluid. 1 year we had without him, we missed him a lot. Hopefully he can stay fit because he makes us a better team. City's focus now shifts to Sunday's game against Chelsea, with the Blues today dismissing head coach Enzo Maresca.